Folks, it is not Thanksgiving Day without Dallas Cowboys football. Beautiful AT&T Stadium there in Arlington, Texas. That is the site of today's battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders.
There's Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys this year. 69% completion, 20 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Good year so far.
Oh, and that's Max Crosby. He only has 5 sacks, but he leads the league in quarterback pressures and number 2 in quarterback hits.
And there's Derek Carr on pace for over 5,100 yards, which would best his career high by 1,000.
And there is Trayvon Diggs. He leads the NFL with 8 interceptions. He's 3 more to tie the Cowboys season record holder, Everson Walls, who had 11 back in 1981.
And Boomer, with all genuineness, happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and welcome to this very special Turkey Day edition of the NFL Today. It is presented by the all-new 2022 Grand Wagoneer. And you know what? I really am very thankful to be back here in Studio 43 with, can I call my colleagues genuinely terrific, or is that true?
That's true.
That's true. Okay. Hey, they all say it's true.
We'll take it.
Former NFL MVPer, that would be Boomer Esiason, media mogul here in New York, the multi-talented and award-winning Nate Burleson, the Hall of Fame coach Bill Cowher, and what can we say about Phil Simms?
Anything you want.
The greatest guy ever.
The greatest guy ever. Oh,
Yes.
I love it. Boy, Drew is really tight, isn't he? I can't even tease about you. Hey, folks, as people around the country are prepping their dinner tables, the 7-3 Dallas Cowboys are getting set for their 54th Turkey Day special, this time taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, who are in desperate need of a win to stay afloat in a crowded AFC. So the question is, what should we expect from these squads today?
Pretty simple for the Dallas Cowboys on offense. No Amari Cooper, no CeeDee Lamb. That means a lot of Dak Prescott and, of course, Ezekiel Elliott. You know, they're coming off a 19-9 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, and Elliott touched the ball 9 times, 32 yards. That means they're going to be feeding him often today on Thanksgiving Day. He looks to have a big game today.
I know when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, we talk about the offense, but it's all about the defense. I'll give you a couple of guys that you need to focus on. 2 playmakers. Trayvon Diggs has been a beast, and Micah Parsons, who we're looking at right here, this dude has been awesome. Drafted as a linebacker, but he can put his hand in the dirt and prove that he can put in work. 8 sacks on the season. And that guy, speaking of 8 interceptions for Trayvon Diggs. So listen, it's a little bit feast or famine in the spirit of Thanksgiving, but if you throw it his way, it could head back your way.
And for that Raider offense, the last 3 games, all losses, only averaged 15 points a game. Why? 7 turnovers. They've only converted 3rd downs very infrequently. No commitment to the running game. They need to get back to Josh Jacobs, because that's the guy that can get Derek Carr off the pressure, because if you get in 3rd and long against this Dallas defense, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. You know, let's talk about this Las Vegas Raiders defense. Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue, they have 12 sacks between them. These 2 guys hustle the whole football game today for the Raiders defense. As you watch it, you know the Cowboys are going to run the football. Boomer Esiason says it. They said it. Blitz the run. That's what you need to do. Crowd the line of scrimmage, because they're 29th in the league stopping the run, so they need some help up front.
All right, and for all the latest news and updates from around the league, let's bring in our NFL Today insider. That would be Jason locking for happy Thanksgiving, Jason.
Happy Thanksgiving, JB. And happy Thanksgiving to Coach Cowher as well, because he's going to have a smile on his face watching this game, because I'm told the Raiders will re-emphasize the run game today. There's been high-level communications, conversations throughout that organization about some play-calling trends, not sticking with the run enough, not getting the ball to Josh Jacobs. He hasn't had 20 carries in a game since week 15 of last year. Raiders 9-3 when he does. No CeeDee Lamb for the Cowboys today. He practiced, was listed as questionable, but was not cleared to return from concussion protocol by a neurologist. And JB, I'm hearing from sources, we got some special guests about to join us.
Jason, indeed, and a huge Thanksgiving welcome to the brave men and women of the 386th Air Expeditionary Wing of our U.S. Air Force. They are stationed in Kuwait. Folks, I know folks say it all the times, but we are so thankful for the sacrifices that these women and men make every day. Happy Thanksgiving to every last one of you.
The NFL Today on CBS is presented by the all-new 2022 Grand Wagoneer.
This fast top dog status with Baltimore, New England, and Kansas City leading their respective divisions. And over in the NFC, Coach, no Kyler, no problem, as the Cardinals jump to first place, followed by other division leaders, Green Bay, Tampa, and Dallas. Rams in a good place, holding a wild card spot alongside Minnesota and New Orleans, but the Niners, Eagles, and Panthers all hoping to make runs down the stretch. Wow, this league is at its very best. A lot of verbiage.
I hear you, JB.
A lot of verbiage. Oh, this league is at its best when every game matters, and with no squad too comfortable, it makes for a Sunday full of big games.
Yeah, and Tennessee going to New England. Let's say about Tennessee. They lost for the first time last week after 6 consecutive wins. Why? Because they are not the same running team without Derrick Henry, putting more pressure on Ryan Tannehill. Last week, he threw the ball 52 times, 4 interceptions, and they cannot do that against this New England defense.
If they don't run it well, they're in trouble. Because this New England secondary, to me, is one of the best, if not the best, in the NFL. They know how to intercept passes. J.C. Jackson, he leads the team with 6 interceptions. Adrian Phillips has some. There's Kyle Van Noy, the linebacker, gets it. Then Adrian Phillips, the safety. And then you put all that together, and Matt Judon, 10.5 sacks. Pressure leads to interceptions.
Yeah, big-time AFC North matchup, the Steelers and the Bengals. This one is going to be a good one. But here's the big question. T.J. Watt, will he play? Because when he's on the field, he's an absolute game changer, especially given the fact that they didn't sack Joe Burrow last time they faced each other. But here's the question, though. The Bengals, they are looking for 3 wins in a row against the Steelers.
Oh.
The last time they did that was when Boomer was quarterback. So shout out to my guy, Boom.
Answering your own questions.
Very nice. You know, by the way, there's a money spot going to be in Denver, 4 o'clock, right here at CBS. It's going to be the Chargers at the Broncos. And when Justin Herbert plays like he played against the Pittsburgh Steelers, he is virtually unstoppable, especially with Austin Eckler running as well as he is. 2 great wide receivers in Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. But here's the thing. If you are the Denver Broncos, you have got to run the ball against this Charger defense and keep Justin Herbert on the sideline.
That's right, guys. We got some highlights. How about the Bears and the Lions a little bit earlier? And it came down to the final seconds of the game. And that's Cairo Santos' 28-yard game-winning field goal. And that will win it for your Chicago Bears, 16-14.
And Nate, it's only right that we show some love to the tight ends today. Darren Waller and Dalton Schultz, both integral parts of their team's game plans. Watch out, folks. You could see one or both in the end zone today. Prediction.
Action. Hello, friends. My name is Aiden Diggs. Trayvon Diggs is my dad. He plays football for the Dallas Cowboys, number 7.
The Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, the wonderful tradition.
I love Thanksgiving. A day for food and family and football. Hi, Mr. Kara. Today I will give thanks to all the quarterbacks that throw my dad the football.
Intercepted! Diggs is going to take it to the end zone! Unbelievable!
You are all greatly appreciated.
What a play by Diggs!
Thank you very much. Good luck to both teams today, especially my dad's team. How about them Cowboys? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay. You know what? Nate is accustomed to working with precocious youngsters. That is one right there, folks. Trayvon Diggs with so much to be thankful for. He, the father, is in the midst of an all-pro type of season. And his son right there, Aiden, check it out, just 4 years old with so much personality. Must be proud indeed.
You know, when you talk about this defense, talk about the Dallas Cowboys, that has to start with the defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn. This guy, talking about taking a defense that was in the bottom third last year, it's a top 10 defense. He has improved his image. This guy was a former head coach in the Atlanta Falcons and should be a leading candidate, Phil, when you're talking about being after the season for coaching openings.
When you talk about Dan Quinn, you got to talk about a guy that's recreated himself. He's totally different than he was with the Atlanta Falcons. Now it's more man-to-man. They blitz on defense. They have tons of disguises, and he has a game plan every single week that's game plan specific. In other words, he's just preparing today and doing a defense for the Las Vegas Raiders, not what they do every week.
Yeah, speaking of recreating themselves, what about Micah Parsons? You know, he was drafted along with a couple of other linebackers. And just check out these numbers on the season. Tackles, he's second amongst rookies. After that, sacks, QB hits, tackles for loss, and forced fumbles, all first. He was brought in. They had Leighton Vander Esch. They also had Jalen Smith. Brought him as a linebacker. but the versatility, they were like, you know what? You need to put your hand in the dirt and get after quarterbacks, and he's doing it.
Well, and the reason for that is because of the injuries to Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence. And where did they get those two guys back in the next couple of weeks? And remember, CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper are not playing in this game. This is one of the best rosters in all of football and maybe the most explosive offense in all of football.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But how about these two right here? Okay, on the left, that's Trayvon Diggs, who will no longer be known by that. He is now known as Aiden's dad because Aiden is the cutest kid in the world.
The NFL Today is sponsored by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. Geico. You could save even more by bundling home and car insurance. And by the all-new 2022 Grand Wagoneer.
The leadership of Raiders Casey Hayward and Kenya Drake extends beyond the confines of a football field. We all know that it takes years for teams to endear themselves to the communities they call home, strengthening the fabric of those communities. But guys like Hayward and Drake are making the extra effort to provide for their neighbors, especially during this holiday season.
This is our 8th year doing this. Me and my mom started off back home, back in Perry, Georgia, where I'm from. Coming to a new city, I think, so we want to come out in the community and give back as much as we can. Being a Raiders player, a lot of people look up to you. A lot of people come out and support you, support the organization. So why not go back and give that same love out to the same community that's supporting you?
I'm happy to be here, and hopefully we can pass out a lot of food and help a lot of people.
It's a lot of people who are just going through a lot of tough times with COVID, with unemployment, things of that sort. It's always important to really reach back and give to people who are less fortunate.
Doing good? Good.
Using football for the greater purpose, I think, is very necessary. Without other people helping me along the way, I wouldn't be where I am today. So my goal is to help as many people as possible.
That's how we do it, Raider Nation.
It's a blessing to be an NFL player, to be able to have that impact. At the end of the day, I love what I do, but the thing that gives me the most satisfaction isn't really scoring touchdowns. It's using my platform to continue to impact the people that I care about the most.
We want to come back and give as much as possible. And I'm happy to be here, and hopefully we can help a lot of families for the holidays.
You know, I'm reminded of a comment that Bill Cowher made at a dinner we went to before. This is the real NFL. And Casey Hayward continues to do great work with this foundation called Hayward's Hands, helping underrepresented communities through education, healthcare, and housing. And folks, we are indeed inching closer now to the start of this showdown between the Cowboys and the Raiders. All right, Phil, who comes out on top?
Cowboys.
Cowboys, all right.
Read it.
The Cowboys get Tyron Smith back, their left tackle, and they rely on him a lot. Get back to the running game. Tony Pollard, big. Dallas, big.
Yeah, I believe that Dallas defense is going to get after the offense of the Raiders. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys as well.
Zeke touches the ball at least 20 times today. He has to, especially coming off of that last game against the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a clean sweep. I'm going for the Cowboys as well.
Okay, hey, you know what? There it is. Jerry Jones, of course, the owner of the Cowboys, going over to greet Mark Davis. A little owner hug there. Hey, look, you know, we've talked substance right now. Phil, how come, we talk about the relationship between Coach and Nate, that we didn't get the memo about the turtlenecks?
Well, they're uptight.
They're uptight. Is that what it is?
That was a fashion icon. I just want to be like him when I grow up.
Okay, keep working at it, Nate. You'll get there.
We'll see you back at halftime, folks. Just a few minutes from cook-off. Go ahead.
We'll get you out to your game next.